Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let's see. Am I connecting? I think I am connected. Yes, I am. Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hope that you had an amazing start of your week. I am going live on my account and also in the group Mindful Marketing and Soulful Sales to share with you today the 7 upgrades that I adopted in my business, and not only in my business, by the way, but also in my life to see a huge shift in my business. So I often talk about these 7 steps, and they are known as my A7 method. I call them the A7 method because it comes from my name, Ayo, so the A7 method. And these are 7 super unique, and at the same time, you will probably be like, okay, yeah, I know this will work. But these are 7 steps that are extremely powerful, and these are 7 steps that often we as business entrepreneurs, we neglect or we don't really dive deep into them. So the number one thing that changed my business, and not only my business, but also the way I operate in life, the way I deliver, the way I show up, all of that, is leadership. So there's so many people who start a business and they're like, I'm my own boss and I got it and I'm a boss and I'm, I'm the one who is leading my life and all that. But that is not the case. Leadership is so important because first and foremost, it allows you to lead yourself through important decisions that you need to make in your business. So if you're flaky, if you're shaky, if you're like, I don't know what decision to make, if it takes you ages to make the right decision, or if you're constantly questioning if this is the right thing, if that's the right thing. One thing about being in business is that people who are true leaders are the ones who really explode. These are the people who scale. These are the people who move, because leaders often don't wait for anybody to give them permission to go ahead. Leaders make decisions and they move courageously and confidently because they also trust their ability to do that. And in my program, Path to Profit, that is the main thing that I teach people. And not only in that program, actually, I teach leadership in every single program that I have. Leadership is important for you because it will assist you and it will help you when you make the important decisions. For example, when you make the decisions of how do you show up in your business? How do you hire? How do you fire? How do you scale? Like, leadership is so important, and I can always tell if leadership is present, and I can always also tell if it's not. Like, I can tell if people are truly leading and if they're powerful and if they are super grounded and rooted in their leadership, and if they are not, right? So the second thing that you have to cultivate, and the second thing that I cultivated in my business, was my power to communicate with people. So powerful communications. Communications are so important, right? So communications are the number one thing that will really change the narrative in your business. So for example, if you feel like you are not super powerful, I'm just checking if I'm live, because I don't think I'm live in the group. It says that I'm live, but it's like, lagging a lot. So maybe I should go live once again. But oh no, okay, I am live. That's amazing. So the second thing is communication. So being an effective communicator is super important. So what changed the game for me and what started bringing in consistent clients was the way I communicate with people. So not only sales, but also how I negotiate with people, how I powerfully lead them to make a decision, how I encourage people, how I empower people, how my delivery and the way I communicate is efficient, clear, squeaky clean, like squeaky clean way of communication. Communication skills are probably one of the most important skills you will have, because you will need them not only to be able to get the right people in your business and communicate effectively with them, but also when you do that with your team members. A team can break you or make you, and especially if you are shifting between 5 to 6 figures, my biggest journey was hiring good team members. And it was super important how I can communicate. Not only that, communication with clients. The number one thing that I teach all of my clients, the number one thing that I teach in Path to Profit is client retention. There's so many people that come to me and they share that they either are not able to retain clients, or clients who are current clients, they come to them and they have certain objections and they can't really deal with these objections. For example, objections of, oh, I'm good, thank you, I don't need to continue working with you, I got everything. Well, is that really the case? Or maybe it's not the case. So how do you communicate with the client? How do you continue retaining this client? How do you keep that client in your, in your container? That is so important. And it's a matter of really shifting some, like using even different words, guys. So for example, in Path to Profit, I give my students a set of words, specific words to use. I had this huge epiphany last year when I had 4 consecutive 100% close rate months. So 4 months of 100% close rate of any sales goal that I would have. And sometimes I would have 8 sales goals a day. And what I noticed was one change that I did, and it's a very sneaky one. I'm going to give it to you. It's very cheeky, very sneaky. I love it. It's a very cute one. It was, instead of telling my prospect, hey, well, okay, I'm going to send you the contract to sign it, I will say, hey, you know what? I'm going to send you the agreement. And then the energy will change. The minute I would say, I will send you the contract, and people will be like, okay. So the energy will change. But when I would say, I will send you the agreement, completely different. So those are tiny little things that you can do in the way you communicate. In fact, today in my program, the Empress program, I was teaching my ladies how to be more efficient in communication. So important. Communication, which wasn't an easy journey, even though I have 2 degrees in communication. So I have double bachelor degree on top of all, I have a master's degree. But it is something that I evolve with, and I'm constantly very mindful of the way I communicate with my team, with my clients, with my prospects, with my audience. Like, communication has to be mastered. Then the third thing that I do, and I say do, I'm not saying I did, right? Is, and something that all of my clients know, content is queen. So content is super important. And I love content. Content is my passion. It is absolutely something that I enjoy so much. It's my thing. It's my jam. Content is not easy, especially good content that sells. It takes sometimes months and months to perfect the way you communicate your message. So when people step into Path to Profit, I secretly go through their websites, their landing pages, their posts, and I immediately know what's the problem. But what we identify is that immediately, not even in 2 days, 5 days, 3, whatever, immediately when they start posting, and they're super inspired to do that. All my clients, when they work with me, are extremely inspired to start up leveling their content, mainly because I'm so passionate. Like I really, really love creating high quality content. And we can see changes immediately. We can see changes in the type of people that show up. So if you want to attract premium clients and you're not attracting premium clients right now, there's something in your copy. And I'm going to be very honest with you. So last year, I realized, okay, I want to shift from consistent 5-figure months to consistent 6-figure months and hit 7 figures. And I went through my whole copy everywhere, websites, posts, lives, topics, programs, everything. I scrutinized everything. And I didn't like it because I was thinking already in my head about this ideal client that I want to attract. So it was another level of a client. It was a premium client. So it wasn't a client who I have to convince, I have to negotiate, I have to fight for. It wasn't a client who is constantly creating issues. It was a client who is fuck yes, okay? And my content was not creating that. My content was not merely speaking to the soul of these kind of people. So right now, if you're seeing that's happening, and let me know in the comments if you see that with your content, if you feel like, okay, I'm putting things out there and it's not really converting, or it's not creating the type of engagement. And I'm not just speaking about likes and comments, because in my world, likes and comments are not leading. In fact, I have a very sufficient amount of people in my programs who don't comment or like my stuff. Yeah. And even more so, I have a professional Instagram account, and I can actually see how many people either saved my content or they interacted in some way and they haven't liked or commented. But yet, what I get is people coming in my DMs, people asking me. When I send emails, people are like, hey, I actually want to jump into that. I have so many clients who we never, ever, ever had a single conversation, and they will jump in for something, whatever it is. It might be a small thing, it might be a big thing, it might be even one-on-one. And it's all because they will come and they will tell me, I love your content. Every single post that you put, it speaks directly to my soul. Every single live that I watch, it's so powerful. Every single thing that you put out there, it's amazing. Every single post, I cry on your post, or I laugh, or you make me laugh, or something like that. That's exactly what you want to create in your clients. And sometimes you might be in a situation where you feel like it's not happening immediately, but it's the compound effect of that. Okay. So it's happening over time. Like sometimes people need to see your content over and over and over again. But sometimes your content can be so powerful that they can just see it once and that's it. It's enough. They see it once and they're like, yeah, that's it, you know? That's amazing. That's the power of content. There's one thing I want you to really focus on is content. In Path to Profit, I teach people how to create content which is not confusing, which is not like super average. That's another thing. Average, overused, lacking you. You're not into the content. It's content that is inspired by someone else and you decided to copy, paste, and change a couple of words or something like that. Or content that just lacks soul. It's just like bland. It's bland. So what I'm teaching my students in Path to Profit is how to communicate their feelings, their emotions, their experience, how to speak about their programs in a way that it's not like, oh my God, that sounds like every single program out there. I am really done with that. Or it doesn't sound like, so where's the value? I don't see value in that. That's another thing. Very often, your content, unfortunately, does not show your value. And we can fix that. Like a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't write, I can't produce. I have clients who come to me and they tell me, Ayo, it takes me 3 hours to create a post and I hate it and I don't do it. And I'm just like mind blown. It should never ever take you 3 hours to create unless you create batch content. So I'm teaching people how to do it easy, how to do it fast, how to have a system and a strategy. I don't miss a day of posting unless I don't really post on weekends, but that's for a reason. I don't miss a day, and it's not because I don't have anything else to do. It's because I have a system. Okay. So I have created, that's one thing you do need. That's when it comes to real business coaching. Okay. Because you can be in the energy of anything. Can be in all of the energy out there. But if you don't have a content strategy, you are going to get lost for sure. For sure. It's 100% something that will happen. I'm pretty sure that I'm not live on my account, but that's okay. I'm live in the group and that's perfect. So the fourth thing, which is super essential to upgrade in your business, is your offer. Okay, so I constantly relook my offers. I do have it created, okay, so I don't recreate it every single day, but I constantly revise my offer because your offer might not be any more relevant. And here's the thing, a lot of business owners have huge ego and they think my offer is the best. That's it. I love my offer. I think I'll have to go live again on my account. That's so funny. Anyways, so a lot of business owners, they're like, okay, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm just going to continue promoting this because I did so much already. I worked so hard and I'm not going to change my offer. And that's it. Don't ever become so arrogant that you don't work on your offer. Your offer is continuously growing just like you. And that's the amazing, exciting part. So in my program, Path to Profit, it's vital to sit down and create the perfect offer or offers. So not just one offer, more than one offer. Re-looking at it. Is it priced, packaged, and promoted in the right way? There are sometimes tiny little changes that you need to do for your offer to start working. So if right now you're asking yourself what's going on, it's very possible that it's an offer situation. There's something in your offer that is not speaking directly to the person you're speaking. So I'm going to give you an example. I had a very, very successful program, which was called Zero to Pro, Get Clients Now. And I was doing it, was I doing it last year? I think I was doing it last year. So I was doing it in 2019, 2020 for sure. And then last year, I think I had the last container. And it was a huge success. It was a huge success. And I was teaching predominantly people how to monetize their Facebook groups. And it was very successful because, as you remember, Facebook groups were successful 2-3 years ago. They were really, really successful. But this year, Facebook groups are not as successful. Like the engagement in Facebook groups, doesn't matter what you do. Maybe if you get naked, if you're undressed, you have the capacity to have bigger engagement, right? But the engagement is nowhere closer to what it was 2 years ago, nowhere closer. Like I am monitoring my engagement on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, opening email rate, and it's not the same in the group. And it used to be the other way around, like groups were so powerful. So it was a great offer back then, but no longer. It's no longer a great offer. And even though it was pretty successful, I had to stop doing it. I had to stop promoting and selling it because I knew it will go away. And I was 100% sure that it's a matter of a few months for this problem to go all the way down. And also I was out of integrity because I was already seeing that Facebook groups are not operating anymore. Like people are not getting clients as much as they were getting back in the days. They still do, and I'm still getting clients from Mindful Marketing and Soulful Sales and from my other group as well, but not as much as I used to. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to identify, is your offer relevant or is it not relevant? Is it aligned with you? Sometimes you grow out of it. And that's exactly what I help people to do. We engineer the program. And it's very powerful when we are either in passive profit or we work one-on-one. I can see a huge, like, there's something that happens in the entrepreneur. Like the entrepreneur themselves are like, I love my program. And that is so important. I just got a message by one of my clients, and I'm going to read it to you. She told me about her offer. She just sent it to me. We had a one-on-one session and we went through her program, and I really fell in love with the program. We did some tiny, tiny little changes, predominantly price-wise, because price-wise it wasn't ideal. And she said, this program feels like a masterpiece for me. I know it will be so helpful for anyone who goes through it. I even feel myself shifting a lot as I am creating it. It's an amazing journey. That's how I want people to feel about their offers, guys. You see, when you feel like that about your offer, it's so different. You're proud to sell it. You're proud to show it. You're proud to brag about it all the time. And you make the sale. You make the sale when it's like that. But when you're not sure, and this client has such a good offer, it's so unique. That's what I'm trying to do in Passive Profit with everybody who enrolls. I want you to create an offer which is not just any offer. It's truly unique offer, unique to you. Yes, there's so many offers out there that we are in a, we are in a time when you can be super, have the most different name, but an offer that had different elements. Like we've already heard all these offers that sound the same. You are jumping in an environment where if your offer sounds exactly the same like someone else's offer, and you are hoping and praying that just because you're cheaper than someone, it's not going to work. You are going to fail. It's not going to happen. Okay, and you will also not be aligned to sell it. So your offer is so important. So what you need to do is truly upgrade the quality of your offer. Whatever it is, could be high ticket, low ticket, whatever the offer is, upgrade the level of the offer. And we are at number 5, if I'm not wrong. Let me check so we spoke about leadership, cultivating leadership. It's huge. You will see the difference when you become a compelling leader. We spoke about communication. We spoke about content. We spoke about offers. Okay, number 5. So I'm correct. I'm good with maths. Number 5 is what you need to upgrade is your sales strategy. Do you have a sales strategy, and do you have an overall strategy? So if you have a sales strategy and a strategy in general, you are already ahead of the game in front of a lot of people, because a lot of people jump into that. And honestly, what I'm seeing, I just want to scream and run away because it's chaos. And what I'm seeing right now is all these amazing coaches. I love them, but they're not real business coaches. There's something think about business that even if the greatest entrepreneurs right now that have mastered energy, they have a sales strategy, because your business needs a model that can help you hit your desired numbers. So I get people coming to me and they tell me, I want to hit 50,000. I want to hit 100,000. I'm like, okay, let's see your business model. I don't have a business model. Well, you're not going to hit it. Or we look at their business suite, we look at everything, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. Have you watched Shark Tank? When people go there and when they're like, your evaluation is all over the place. Well, that's exactly what I see in people. You need a model and you need a strategy, but the model and the strategy has to be really aligned with who you are, because you will stop following the strategy and the model. Okay. So what I teach people is different kinds of strategy. What I found in my career is that it's difficult to have kind of like a one type of a fixed strategy for everybody. So for example, some people are extremely organized and they operate with step-by-step system, and some people don't operate good on a system like that. So they need a system that allows them to be expressive, but at the same time be focused, because the main thing is focus. And when you don't have focus, what will happen is you're going to start getting into self-sabotage, which is horrible. So I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have a sales strategy and to have a system. I have a system until 2023. And the reason why I have it, and the reason why I have a content strategy and a sales strategy and an overall business strategy, is because it also allows me freedom. It allows me to be very consistent. It allows me to be respectful to my personal time. So I don't just sit every day, oh, what am I doing? Oh, I don't know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. No, I know exactly what to do every day, because I have a strategy all the way to 2023. No joke. No joke. The 6th upgrade that you should do in your business right now is, and oh boy, my clients love this one, inspired action. So that's why I built Path to Profit of the leadership module, the communications, the content, and then the offer and the strategy, and I give a whole week of inspired action, and I teach people how to take inspired action, because a lot of people get overwhelmed, and that's why they don't get into action mode, because they are overwhelmed and they start self-sabotaging. I had a conversation with a client a couple of days ago, and he was struggling to sell his high ticket program. So I encouraged, why don't we create a couple of small automated offers that instead of you constantly having to hop on calls and you constantly have to be present and train your time, why don't we create a couple of automated offers so that you can bring in cash flow? And immediately he got, oh my God, yeah, but that's going to be so much time. I actually had a few ideas, but yeah. And I was like, but what happened with these ideas? I was like, And then I made a joke. I was like, well, let's remain in silence for the following 10 seconds for all the ideas that you had and they just died. Okay. That is like, there's so many incredible ideas that we have, but we allow them to die because first we self-sabotage, and second, we got overwhelmed. So that's why you need a system to remove the overwhelm, to remove the noise, to remove everything and make it super simple. Strategies make things simple. Not having a strategy makes things complicated. Trust me, it's not the other way around. And then the seventh thing, and it's so important, and everybody in Path Profit adores it, is stepping into your I am, like truly standing behind who you are. What are your business values? What is your vision? What is your integrity? Who you are as a person? Who is that future self you want to be? Who are you embodying? Who are you becoming? I want to be so upfront with you. You want to attract people who invest. You want to attract people who make the move. You want to attract people who are independent and they move fast and they pay you and they're incredible and they're all that. But your energy is not attracting these people because you're not, because you are unsure, you have insecurities, you have doubt, you haven't tapped into that source of who you are because of many reasons. There could be so much going on, right? But when you embody this energy of you being the leader, you showing up consistently, what I just spoke about, you being on a very high level of emotional intelligence, okay? You becoming that superhero in your life, instead of constantly waiting, instead of constantly being, oh, what decisions should I take? I had one client and I had to fire her. She couldn't make decisions and I had to work 6 months with her because I truly wanted to help her. Oh, I thought I opened my, okay. For a moment, I thought I opened all the buttons. I was working with her. It was so difficult. She couldn't make decisions. She couldn't make decisions. And guys, trust me, every single prospect she would get will be a total mirror of her. Couldn't make a decision, couldn't make a decision, couldn't make a decision. And when she will tell me this person couldn't make a decision, I was like, oh, really? Funny why you're attracting people like that. These are 7 crucial steps that you can take in your business right now to fill up your business with great clients. You don't want just any client. You want clients who fall in love with you, clients who adore you, clients who vibe with you, clients who become, it's not only a client, it's a friend, it's family, it's someone who is like, I got you, I'm here with you, we'll walk this journey, I want this, I want this. I attracted some really high quality people in the last 5 years. I have clients who are still with me 5 years since I first started coaching and being in this industry, when I opened my own business, because I had clients before that as a freelancer, and they're still with me. And they still are like, oh, can I do this? Oh, can I do that? Oh, you have a retreat. Oh, you have this. Oh, you have that. That's the quality of people I want to help you attract. So if you right now are saying yes, yes, yes to all these steps, I want you to have a look. I'm going to drop the link of Path to Profit. We're starting on the 7th of July. I already have 3 groups full. I keep my groups nice and small. And the reason for that is I have between 3 to 5 people in a group. And the reason why I do that is because people need special attention, and you can't pay special attention to people if you have a group of 30 people. Right now, we are in a moment where copy-paste coaching is not working. Coaching that and mentoring that doesn't have soul is not working. Treating people as just a transaction is not working. So I highly encourage you, check the link below, join me before the 7th. Every single person who goes through Path to Profit, every single person says the same thing. This is not just a program. This is so much more. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the product that I created. I'm very proud, by the way, of the people that I attract in this product, because I have attracted only really high value people who every single person in that program has either they rebuy something, they either jump into my one-on-one, they jump into one-on-one session. So I continue retaining these clients, and that is so important. And that's exactly what I want to teach you. And also I want to teach you of creating something you truly love. Life is short. Let's make it sweet. I'm going to see you in Path to Profit. Thank you.